you're not serious, I feel like I'm wasting my time. So like, and at the end of the day too, my name gonna be attached to you. You know what I'm saying? When you out in public, hey, I got this trainer and stuff like that, and people looking like, yo, you eating McDonald's, or you know what I'm saying? Overweight or whatever the case is, my name gonna be attached to it. So like, I gotta hold a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Have as many clients as you have, but if they're not necessarily good clients, then why keep it going?
The Haitian Kings. The Haitian Kings. The Haitian Kings. This the Haitian Kings Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Haitian King Podcast. And then we got another great guest with us today. That's the second time stopping by, but y'all gonna get to see him for the first time. Long story. Once again, Jeffrey Jackson, welcome to the show, man. Again.
Sir, appreciate y'all having me.
Man, so how you been?
Man, I've been good, man. I just finished my first competition, so I get to relax a little bit. So
And I know that's fresh off your mind. Like usually we don't start like that. We start from the very beginning, but since that's fresh off recently happening, so talk us through that. How was that?
I hired a bodybuilding coach to do my first competition. So we did a prep for 16 weeks, and the show was on November 22nd, and I placed second place in one class, fifth place in another class. So it was my first competition, get my feet wet. That was a men's physique. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, being something you're doing for the first time, was it hard? Was it challenging, or was it just fun?
Yeah, it was kind of challenging, but to be honest, man, the experience that went by so fast, and stuff like that. So like, it was like I blinked and it was over. So like, it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Now knowing what to expect. Versus being nervous going into it.
So will that be something you do all the time now, or is it just
yeah, I plan to do another one. Yeah, I plan to do another one.
I mean, are you gonna
probably
space
next year?
Next year, are you gonna space them out once a year to where it's kind of like?
I can't really say yet, because I'm still fresh.
I got you.
So let me ask you this: so how was the preparation for that? Was it hard or was it?
Yeah, it was pretty challenging because at first just adjusting with the eating. You know what I'm saying? Going from eating what you want when you want to now you got a structured plan. You know what I'm saying? Where you got to eat X, Y, and Z every 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you eat something bad. And especially that since I had a coach, we always did check-ins. He gonna know, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be able to look at your body and tell like, man, or we did weigh-ins every week too. So the scale going up and our goal is to go down. He gonna know, hey, you ain't eating something you eating something extra. So yeah, man, it was just very strict, and stuff like that.
All right, well let's take it from the top. Who's Jeffrey Jackson? Like, who are you? Like, where you from? How was your bringing the whole 9 yards?
So I'm 30 years old. I've been in Lake Charles my whole life. So I graduated McNeese State University. Background, football, basketball. And I would just say, Christian, man, you know what I'm saying? I stay out the way, for the most part. Now I teach in personal training. So that's my, field. But, other than that,
Okay, granted, you got a background in as an athlete. So was that what started your journey into working out?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, in high school, you was required to, lift weights, run, But to actually start on my own, I didn't start until I stopped playing sports.
So, but like I said, but you just started and never stopped?
Yeah. Once I got started, after transitioning from sports, I've been on the go since.
And so what was the transition for you working out for the sake of you, and then now you started training people? Like, how was that like? Like, what made you saying, okay, I've been doing it for a while, now let me start teaching people? Were people approaching you often, asking you, how did you get that physique or something?
Yeah, true. Like, people, asking for tips, you know what I'm saying? Then I went to McNeese for kinesiology. So personal training is one of the degrees that fall underneath sports and wellness management. So I said one day, like I said, since this is what I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and get certified in it. And then it just took off from there.
So how's that, like, like training people? Because being a personal trainer, I'm sure that comes with its own challenges.
Oh, yeah, it do. Because, like, it just, when you hold yourself to a certain standard, it's like sometimes you want to hold people to that same standard. But you got to realize everybody's different. So it's like, to me, gym is like brushing your teeth. But for the next person, it might be a real challenge to even get them to the gym, you know. So I think that's just, you know, the hard part of training, you know, finding people that's really like dedicated and committed as yourself, you know.
But as a trainer, so if you got somebody to come and want to go like train with you, but then how you keep them to be wanted to come back, like, you know, just like, you know, it's really
How you
very
keep
hard.
motivated,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
very hard to just like, I'm gonna train, and then after a while it's just like you don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
how
guess.
how you make sure like they stay motivated and then keep on and never stop on it?
But just kind of like you said, you know, putting little nuggets in there, you know, trying to, you know, instill some confidence in them that, you know, it can be done if you stick with it, you know what I'm saying? And just really building like, you know, that trust, you know, within them that, hey, man, you know, obviously this guy, you know, he has, you know, something to show for. So, you know, maybe if I, you know, trust his word, you know what I'm saying? He'll help me get where I need to go, you know?
But as a trainer, I'm sure you've dealt with, I'm guessing you may say some frustration. Let's just say if you're trying to motivate somebody to do something and yet for some reason you're not seeing any response from them. Have you ever dealt with a situation like that? How do you deal with it? Do you just let it go or
Yeah.
you just
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at some point, you know what I'm saying, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying, this is like another job, but at the same time, you know, you don't get time back. So I feel like at some point you got to reach you know, a point where it's like, hey man, if you're not serious, or hey, such and such, if you're not serious, you know, maybe this ain't for you, you know. And you know, of course, people are like, well, dang, why would you advocate someone not to, you know, train or whatever? Not necessarily saying that, but my time is valuable. So if you're not serious, I feel like I'm wasting my time. So like, and at the end of the day too, my name gonna be attached to you. You know what I'm saying? When you out in public, hey, I got a trainer and stuff like that, and people looking like, yo, you eating McDonald's, or you know what I'm saying? You know, overweight or whatever the case is, my name gonna be attached to it. So like, I gotta hold a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, have as many clients as you have, but if they're not necessarily good clients, then you know why keep them around? You know.
I got you. But another question though. You've gone from how much you used to weigh before this? Like
But
what?
before I started, I was like 240, 245.
240, 245. I'm guessing right now you at what 180?
I'm about 195.
195? Okay, 195. So being 245 and now 195, which is better for you? Like which you feel more comfortable or
Probably
happy?
where I'm at now.
Really?
Yeah, just being a lot lighter, you know, feel like you moving around whole lot better.
I mean, but I mean, you know, a lot of them, I guess, men goes to the gym because they want to get bigger, buffer, or whatever. I mean, don't you feel? I guess you're missing out the fact that you're a bit slimmer now. I guess.
Not necessarily, just because, you know, although that I lost weight, you know, the leaner you are, the bigger you're gonna appear. You know what I'm saying? So like, of course, you know what I'm saying. You know, a lot of people they just look at the scale, be like, oh, I'm 220 or whatever the case is, but it can be a guy that's 180, but he's lean and he
You
appears
look bigger than you. I got you.
you know. So I mean, I really just not try to get too concerned on the numbers now, you know.
So now you're
Not-
just basically just doing it.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's just, I mean, you know both sides of it. So,
yeah.
you know, being really big, like 245, like a lot of muscle. Now you feel like linear. So, but which one, like, I mean, a lot of people like the big version. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you feel like? I know you already said you like this version, but what's the difference between those two for you in a sense?
I feel like so like let me make sure I heard your question. You saying like how do I feel like when I was, you know, that's now?
yeah.
I'm sure
To
there's
be
a
real, I
difference in
never really-
dieting because I'm sure now you cannot just go back to I can
Yeah.
go back to eat whatever the hell I want.
That's
I'm
true.
sure.
That's true. I feel a whole lot better, a whole lot more disciplined, you know, and cautious of like, you know, what I'm eating, stuff like that. And then also too, you know, when you're carrying more weight, that's a lot more stress on your body, on your joints, etc. So like, you know, it's not necessarily the best feeling all the time, you know. But like, you know, when you so used to it, you just go about it like, you know, like.
But so being 245, I know I you see you doing the what's that called?
Bench press.
Not bench press,
Deadlift.
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 So with a 245, the weight you was carrying at 245,
Yeah.
can you do the same thing at 195?
Probably not, yeah.
Have
And
you
see,
tried
over
it?
the competition, I ain't even tried. You know, over the competition, once we started getting closer, we'll come back on food. So you know, the weaker you are in the gym, you know, just because you don't have them carbs and you know calories, you know, like you had once had, you know.
I mean, but thing is, I mean, I remember we spoke previously, and you said back in the day you used to like approach the gym differently, like stronger, bigger, more
Yeah.
weight or whatever. seems like right now you're doing the complete opposite.
Yeah.
So what's
To a
that?
certain degree.
Is that like some sort of maturity to the gym? Because because as people who go to the gym, you're gonna realize there's like different version of you,
That's true. That's true.
especially when you're consistent with it. You're gonna realize one time you want to get as big as possible, and like, you're like, okay, I feel like I'm a bit too beef, my thighs start to rub together, and then all of a sudden you're going on a cardio binge, and now you're all cardio. That, I'm speaking for myself. I'll go on a full cardio binge, and oh damn, now I'm too skinny, and now I'm back. Is it a similar journey?
Yeah, I feel like just by finding a balance. But when I was in prep, it was like a certain amount of cardio that I was doing. So like I already had it like instilled in my mind, like, hey, today I got an hour of cardio. Versus like when I was 245, I might do a little cardio warm up, hit the weights, then maybe touch the treadmill for a few minutes or so, whatever, and get out of there. Versus now I'm doing it for a purpose, so I know like, hey, today we got an hour and a half cardio. So whether you do half of it now and half of it later, that's more important than the weights, at this point, while I was trying to lose weight,
Yeah, I got you. But serious question. I remember like previously when we spoke, we kind of told you about like how you being a dude that is so consistent in the gym, being a guy that was like 245 back then, how intimidating it was to certain people. Whenever you walk in, you huge, like you look like you know what you're doing. Like it can be intimidating. We spoke about that. And then with now being, I guess you may say, a bit slimmer or whatever, have you noticed a difference in the gym, or maybe you haven't paid attention to it?
Yeah, I feel like more people approach now, you know what I'm saying? Because, well, one, a lot of people are approaching because they're like, man, what happened to you? You know what I'm saying? You was like 50 pounds bigger. So, like, they curious. And then also, too, like you said, going back to what you were saying, like, a lot of times people appear that the bodybuilding look may be intimidating. So it's like they'll shy away from, talking to you or whatever the case is because they just think you may be like, asshole, I'm just going to not sugarcoat it. But, like now that I'm a whole lot leaner and to some people smaller, then it's kind of like, oh, you're more relatable now,
Yeah, like I can take you now.
yeah, like, now, it's going to like, but,
You're not that dude no more. Like, man, I ain't worried about him no more.
But thing is, one thing I noticed though, like you used to have certain guys you used to work out with that clearly you didn't used to follow that diet you're currently following. You could tell they were going for bigger, better, stronger.
Yeah.
So now you still working out with these guys, or you just now, since you're like on a different path, you just
be real, man. Lately though, I haven't worked out with nobody in a good minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then again, like you said, even though I am smaller than I was, I feel like a lot of people know that at any moment I could click a button and
then,
be in that
been doing
same
it.
boat.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, they don't necessarily. Now, you got a few people that's like they'll be up to the challenge, but for the most part, most people they don't. Hey man, let's get it in or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? They don't even. Which I respect that to a certain degree because a lot of times the gym is kind of like your outlet. So it's like, yeah, it's cool to get it in with people and stuff like that. But like a lot of times, man, a lot of people don't go in focus that and this is my outlet. So my mindset on a goal, if they mindset not on a similar goal, then it's not gonna be a smooth transition into
Funny thing is, there's something I was thinking driving from work to do for this podcast. I thought it'd be fun, but I didn't actually get a chance to fully prep it. I thought about like researching gym terminology and then ask him to see which one he knows and which one he don't. I just didn't have a chance to actually.
Let's wheel it back. So how would you to back to the trainer part? How would you describe you as a trainer?
Me as a trainer, I would say I got a calm personality, but at the same time, when we getting it, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be strict with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be very detail oriented.
Do you talk shit?
No, not really. Because one, I'm not trying to draw any extra attention. When we at the gym, and then two, I think a lot of the stuff that people like recording and stuff like that, where the shit talking and stuff like that, it's just for social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. If I got like that vibe from a certain client, that they would be okay with it or whatever, or they could really like handle it. Maybe I would, if it was like a private location or whatever. But like so far as, the commercial gym, I just don't want to add that extra attention.
Okay.
I got you. But the thing is, I'm sure like as a trainer, that means you got to approach every single individual like differently.
Yeah.
Certain people require different kind of motivation. So how do you approach it? Like, how do you gauge, okay, how am I going to push that person? Am I going to be like a major pain yell, hey, let's go? Or am I going to be like, keep going, you can't do it? Like, how do you know?
Yeah. I feel like you kind of just got to you got to observe their personality. And you kind of got to just like you said, just be true to who you are, you know what I'm saying? And, if you see that it moves them a certain way, or whether that's negative or positive, if it's positive, continue doing that. If it's negative, man, I might have to tweak something in me while I'm training this person and go about it different,
But as a trainer, though, have you ever actually catch yourself, I don't know, being surprised at something, like somebody was teaching you that they couldn't do, and you're like, dude, you mean to tell me you can't do one push-up? Like, what the hell? Like, something like that?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like, like you said, kind of like when I go back to saying, like, maturity, I feel like you got to realize, like, everybody, in different, shapes. So it's like, to you might be like, damn, man, you can't do 5 push-ups, but you got to realize you was that person at one point. So it's like,
No, I don't think I ever been in a position in my I can recall where I can do 5
but,
She might not be push-up, but it could be something
I'm
else.
not sure something I was going to do, but when it comes to push, I think this dude at my job, because we were doing like, let's say who can do more or whatever, right? And I did 73 or whatever. And they had this dude did 95, like the dude was huge.
He did
That dude-
95?
Yeah, 95, like straight. And they had this dude who did 6.
Yeah, I remember at one point I was that guy for 1 pound.
hey,
And they were like, did you go back to your wife and look at her in the eye?
I remember I was like, at first I did. I think I did. Like, I was at that guy at one point, and I felt like I kept going on
Man,
it.
I think, as far as I can recall, I used to always be able to do 20 push-ups. As far as my mind.
And I wasn't big like this. I just don't know why. I
As
mean, I
skinny
think
as I
I
always
did.
been, I don't know, maybe because I was slim, I used to always be able to, like, I remember that used to be my goal. I remember when it used to be 20, I can do 25 to 30. To it now, on my best day, I can give you an 80. That was
80?
my,
At one time?
That's solid.
on my best, I can give you an 80. It's kind of like fresh.
that's solid.
I can give you an 80.
At one time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the most I did at one time is 50.
50.
That's pretty good still.
Yeah,
I remember
I'd
like
say 50
how
probably.
I can go up. It's like, but to give you an 80 time, like if I go, let's just say for some reason I started doing push-up every time before I hop in the shower. 2, 3, 4 weeks between we're into it. By the end of the 4th week, if I'm consistent with it, I can give you like 80. I've done it before. But of course, if I step off of it, you're gonna be like
What-
a
so much you
71,
doing
a
now?
65.
Man, it wasn't 80 though. Shoot, maybe probably like in the 60s probably.
Man, you can do, but I feel like you can do more than 6. You got short arms. You should be able to do more than that.
I ain't got no short on.
I mean, compared to like, I guess my arm, I guess maybe. I mean, your arm ain't short, of course not, but compared to my bad. Man,
hey.
Threw it in sun
Oh,
up and
hey.
then like,
No, I didn't take it as an insult. I'm saying like I wish I had short arms because certain exercises.
Yeah, I know it
work in
makes
your
it
favor,
easier. That's why I thought, okay, maybe with this, I guess with shit for fucking huge pause to where it look like fucking shorter.
let me ask you this: as your bench press, how much you bench?
The most I ever did was 365.
How much you need to do right now?
Man,
Shit, give it a
since
bit,
I'm
yeah.
lighter, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe 295 or something like that. Just because.
That's still fucking doing.
that's a lot.
Just because, like, you know what I'm saying,
Like 1 rep.
Yeah, 1 rep. Because, you know what I'm saying?
295,
Like,
one-
yeah, probably so. I mean, maybe on a good day right now, 315, but I don't know. That might be pushing it just because I haven't put that weight on in probably like months now. Because, when you focusing on bodybuilding, you're not focusing on.
The most I ever
Heavy
bench press
training.
was 275, and I think I did like 8 on it. And then shoot, anybody could tell me shit.
Man, that was,
275, you did 8.
Yeah,
yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, but he did. I mean,
that was like back then. When I was
but, he,
walking
did,
around.
but he do it with the one with
Yeah,
the cable thing.
yeah. That's
Oh,
what I was
wait.
doing.
You talking about the machine?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm
No,
talking about
you
flat.
talking about like
But
Will.
shit, man, they all count.
It's
But
not
anyway.
the same thing. It's not the
No,
same
no,
thing. It's not the
no.
same thing.
Absolutely.
I did like the most. I did like 280, just like one.
One.
Yeah, 280.
Yeah.
I just she said right now I can do
It's still
281.
solid, though.
I can do 281. 250. I can give you. I think I can do 3 on 250, and then like 1 if I take my break, I give you 1 solid on 280. And that's and the cable I probably can do 315. Shit.
But you know what's so treacherous about working out? Like sometimes, like I said, it's a journey. And especially with mine, cause like one day I'm heading this way, the one day I'm then that way. But I'm still on that path. One day I want to be fucking as big as Arnold. The next day I want to be as shredded as the next day. I just go to the gym and keep on going. But one thing I've always found throughout my fucking journey, I've always wondered, do people, while they're working out, after a while, if they don't, like, have they ever hit that stage to where it's kind of like, they just like toward that journey, like, I don't want to do that shit anymore. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm not going to the Olympics. I'm no athlete. Like, have you ever questioned your mind one of them days?
I ain't never.
No,
I ain't never do shit.
I mean, are you?
No, I mean, I just like right now, I just stay consistent with it. And I like the fact that when I first started, I couldn't pass 2 days. I couldn't do it for past 2 days. And I kept going. Now, if I don't go, it's the opposite. Like, I feel like, like my mind be like, man, we didn't go to the gym today. I feel like I haven't accomplished nothing when I don't go to the gym. So that's the version. I'm just keep doing it. I like going over there and just,
Like
do
doing
it.
something.
And
But I
also,
just- yeah. But I'm not trying to do like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be. I don't think I got a goal to be in my. I just want to be like maybe like 210, 215, just like. And
or a
that's-
little bit leaner, I guess.
yeah, I guess that's it. Don't have like a I want to be like Arnold or taking like like big or competition. I
Yeah,
just
I
want to
guess,
just
yeah.
go over there and just. work
Question: as a trainer, that means whenever you go meet a client, I'm assuming you got to be the one that brings the energy because you are the trainer. You're the one who's gonna set up the paces, how fast, what you need from them. Like where as a person, I'm sure you got your own personal private matters going on too. Where do you gather the energy to be fully motivated to go train somebody on a daily basis to where like, because that's basically part of your job to show up and be ready to go and excited about
Yeah.
it. It's not like you can just be like, I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You gotta show up and be yay.
Yeah.
So where do you find the energy? I guess.
Man, I think it's just, man, I didn't build. Like, I've been doing it for so long, whereas now it's like just like second nature. But I mean, I think, man, like, you know what I'm saying, just like going in, being positive, you know what I'm saying, and knowing that like, hey, you got to be the motivator, as well as showing people, exercise and stuff like that, because like you said, they trust is in you because they hired you, so you got a job to deliver,
So okay, you train men and women, right?
Yeah, both.
So which one I guess you would say easier to train?
That's a good question.
I'd probably say women because although a lot of them will probably complain, man, they gonna go to war for you. Whatever you say, do. It might complain, but they'll do it.
Yep.
A man, it's kind of like,
Be like, oh hell no, man, I ain't doing
Yeah,
that though.
yeah.
Oh,
Or,
it's like, but they say like women is easy to comply with when you tell them to do that they're in the workout, but man who's kind of like in a sense like feel like you kind of like hard headed in a sense,
Yeah.
like you don't do exactly what they tell you to do. I don't know, it's because maybe like you feel like intimidating, or maybe like you feel like why am I listening to this guy? Some stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like women is more easy to
oh
listen
yeah,
to.
they.
Question: there's certain careers path when a man goes down to that certain path. A lot of people always assume that they get pennies thrown at them, like especially when you're a cop, if you're a trainer, if you like even a mailman for some reason. Like as a mailman, you go to houses and stuff like that. Is that true? As a trainer, you get a lot of women approaching you, I guess some of your clients being attracted to you or flirting with you.
What you saying? What you saying? Do like
Do your women clients flirt with you sometimes?
Nah, not really, because I don't feel like I give off like that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like
But
necessarily open up the door for that.
So you've never actually had any issue with their partner neither? Like that man that be like, who? That do the hell no, that ain't gonna train my woman.
Wait. You said how?
Have you ever had any issue with the partners, like the husbands, boyfriends, or whomever?
Oh, not directly. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I didn't have people like reach out to me before. You know what I'm saying? And then they may have
And be like, step
decided
back.
to go with a female trainer or whatever, just because most dudes ain't really comfortable with a male trainer. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, But
It's not.
I ain't never had no direct.
I was watching a TikTok not too long ago, and the guy either TikTok or YouTube, but he was saying like a male trainer they be slaying. It's just
That's what I'm
it's
saying. They
easy.
just get it. Like
Easy,
it's
you
like,
know?
like an easy action.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
so-
saying. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
But he was
it's
saying like
just
he was like, dude, if you got your lady or your wife, man, don't let it get
like a male trainer,
Like
like
a
you know.
male
see,
trainer.
and that works against us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like here you are trying to grow your
Your business.
clientele. But then you got foolishness like that. So it's kind of like
But you gotta admit also, if I'm not mistaken, I think Diddy lost his girl to the trainer, Cassie. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, just like what's it?
So I mean, it's like a known thing.
it's just like Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady. So which means it's not like something we're just making
yeah,
up.
no. I know.
So you never snatched nobody's women?
Nah, bro.
Don't be the like, say, oh yes, I did that. Come on, man, don't put the man on the
Yeah, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, how would you feel if the roles were reversed? So like I don't even. But most of the time, like I say, most people that I do train don't normally be have a significant other, at least to my knowledge.
So let me ask you this: what's the goal? Like being a trainer, what's the goal? Is it something you want to do like for the rest of your life, or is it something that you really love? Like you're doing it like out of passion, or is it something you just doing it because just to do it?
It's something I'm passionate about. And I cannot say I'm gonna do it another 20 years. I can't necessarily guarantee that because one day I want to have a family, and then two, I know if I do get serious about this bodybuilding and it takes off like I plan on it doing, I'm gonna have to cut back on people, you know what I'm saying, and lock in on that goal, but for the time being, you know what I'm saying, I enjoy it.
Because I think somebody was saying, I think I saw a movie that was about bodybuilding. It was a pretty good movie too. What's the name of that dude that recently got canceled?
Wait, he got what?
Magazine Dreams. Have you seen that movie?
Wait, what it's called?
Magazine?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the movie. Man, I wanted to see it. You talking about Jonathan Majors?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a pretty freaking good movie, man. I think you need to check it out. I think
Yeah.
anybody.
Wait,
that's
is it
working
on
out-
anything yet or no?
But what did I watch it on? Was it Netflix? I watched it on something.
It's on Netflix.
I don't remember. I didn't watch it on no other movies.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna have
watched
to look it up.
It's somewhere.
Didn't it come out this year?
No, it came out recently, probably like a month or two ago.
Okay, so it's not. It
What's
never
the
went to
name
the
of the
movies.
Magazine's Dream. It's kind of like a.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it. Some people don't like
Okay.
spoilers, but it's a
Yeah.
pretty good movie. It's basically about bodybuilding, but it's a pretty freaking good movie. It kind of shows you I guess you may say how hard it is to be a bodybuilder. Because if you think about it, if you're a basketball player, you dunk and then people scream.
Yeah.
You get a reward for your hard work. As a bodybuilder, it's like a job. The way they show it to you, it's like a job of 24 hours. Because you got to wake up and think about it, like to eat every 2-3 hours. Where you got to think about eating, go work out, and go back eating, and then go work out. That's usually them guys. That's how they do it. Back and forth, and then wake up the next day, do it, and then at the end, they might just get like a podium to where they end up being 6, 7, or whatever it is, and then go do it all over again. And then as somebody who's been in a position to eat a lot, working out ain't shit compared when you gotta sit there and eat.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd rather work out for like 10 days straight non-stop to where you gotta sit there and keep chugging your face. That's the hardest part.
Man,
like,
that-
you're miserable.
He ain't lying. He ain't telling no lie.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Could you imagine as a bodybuilder, you gotta do that all day, every day for 3, 4, 5, 6 months at a time, getting prepped up for
I mean, I
That's
don't know.
hard.
I don't know how them guys do it. Because
Yeah, but
like,
that movie gives you like an insight, I guess you may say, how that being a bodybuilder can take a mental toll on you, I guess you may say. But it's a pretty good
yeah.
movie. I feel like people should check it out.
It definitely can, man. That's why, like now that I'm on the other side now, I feel like it's kind of offensive when people be like, man, if I wanted to do that, I could do it. Because, like, my coach, he had to always remind me, but like, he said, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody, of course, to say, man, I'll do it, or this, and that. Or, man, it's just working out and just going to eat right. But, man, nah, it's a whole lot deeper than that.
Do
You know
what
what I'm
it
saying?
is. Because whenever you eat, I'm telling you, whenever you let yourself, you know you gotta eat. You're sitting and you're looking at that food. You're not hungry. You don't want it. Like in that moment, you choose anything but that food in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at some point, you just like trying to distract your mind and then you just keep on chewing. And by you just keep on chewing and trying to distract your mind and not thinking about you. Dude, oh my God. Like when I got to 226, that's what it took to get there.
See, like I'm the opposite.
You say the opposite?
Yeah, I gotta not to eat to get like
That's
it's
what
like-
I'm talking about. I was just chugging protein shake twice a day and then eating just plain chicken breast all day.
That's it?
Yes. And the thing is, I used to just buy like a pack. Like you open my freezer, it's just packed up. Just take them out, let them thaw out, and then throw them in the freaking air fryer
So
all day.
you got like a high metabolism, or you just
Yeah, I got a high metabolism.
yeah.
So,
See,
yeah,
I never know what they're like.
So I'm assuming that mean going down was easier for you when you was losing all that weight. You wouldn't say that.
It was probably, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say it was necessarily hard, but it took some adjusting to, like you said, realizing like, man, I can't eat this. Man, I can't eat this because every time I eat something outside of what he's telling me, it's going to set me back. So, I mean, but like I said, once I
Set you
actually,
back at gaining weight.
yeah, make me gain weight,
But, I mean, you can get. I mean, it'll be easy for you like to get to 195 without.
Right,
Or in any way. I think
right now, I can promise you, if you tell me to get to 195 right now, with when I'm 203, I can get to shit. I can get to
So
190
he
by
came
next
from
Friday.
245.
Not this Friday, next Friday.
So
I'm
like
about to
you
say.
said,
And the thing is, no cardio, nothing.
no, I'm just saying if he gets to 245, so if he was like 245, so if he was gonna do the same weight right now, that's about like what 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So can you drop 50 pounds and just like that?
Thing is, I don't want to go ahead and say yes, because I know what my body can drop. I know 10, 15 pounds, I can drop that
Yeah.
within a week and a half on barely eating. I
Okay.
can't do that. But when it comes to 40, 50, I've never done that to that extreme. So I cannot just with full confidence say yes, but at the same time, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You know?
That's real. That's solid.
But my last question, one of my last few questions for you. You've been working out for, you said, about a decade now, right?
About a
So
decade.
which means it's safe to assume that you know more than most when it comes to the gym culture, working out, all that. So what's the biggest misconception you would have to say about working out that a lot of people, who I guess you may say, even people that go to the gym don't fully understand that?
But no matter how much work you put in there, if you're not eating right, you're not going to see the progress.
And so why do you think people, for some reason, misunderstand that part?
I don't know, man. I really don't know because it's kind of like, you put bad oil in a car, it's not gonna run properly. Same with your body. You putting bad food in, it's not gonna perform. It's not gonna react properly. So I don't know. I just don't understand why people think you can put in a lot of work and still go eat McDonald's or a box of pizza and still feel like you're gonna wake up the next day and look better. I don't know. I still haven't really.
So I'm assuming like you also speak with your clients about dieting also.
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
So which means how do you give them that pep talk when it comes to dieting?
I just pretty much explain to them like, if you want to see some results, especially if your goal is to lose weight, then you're gonna have to follow like the meal plan. Like it's no way around it.
But has anybody ever approached you from the other way around? Like, hey, I want to get bigger, buffer, or whatever?
Yeah, here and there, not as much so because I feel like it's a lot easier probably to gain weight or
Right,
when
for most people, yeah.
think they're getting buffer, to lose weight.
But let's say but do you tell your client what they need to eat?
Oh
Do you
yeah,
provide-
for sure. Yeah,
Do you do the
I
meal
give them
everything?
Yeah, I give them an outline. Yeah.
All right, well, so
And they stay on it?
Now, whether they stay on it, that's on them, Like because like the same with me, you know what I'm saying? When I had when I was dealing with my coach, he can give me the blueprint, but if I choose to not do it, then we just gonna be in the same boat. And then now I'm pretty much paying you for no reason because I'm not gonna see any results.
But then, do you turn the money down? Let's just say they keep paying, but for some reason they just not disciplined. They just
Then again, like you said, I think we have to revisit like what's your reasoning behind all this? Like, are you just trying to stay in shape, or are you just trying to be healthy? You know what I'm saying? Or you just need someone to keep you on your workouts, because that just may be therapy to you, So I really think you just got to dive in and see what's their reason behind doing it, because like you said, I got some people that they're not necessarily trying to lose weight or gain weight, they just trying to maintain. So they really just need someone to guide them in the gym, with their form and stuff like that, And a successful workout to them is a win. They don't necessarily got to see more muscles or lose weight. They kind of content on the way their body is now.
So if there is somebody watching right now that would like to start working out, but they don't know where to start, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, me personally, I got on YouTube and I just started searching different workouts, and I just kind of visualized it. And then whenever I went into the gym, I kind of just remember what I watched, and the more repetitions stuff doing it, then became second nature.
Yeah, but like the people that just like me, I know like the version is every 2 days I go and then I stop. Every 2 days I go, I stop. But like if somebody going through it like this from a trainer, what would you tell them?
Wait, going about it.
Like I'm just saying, like every
here
time
and
like,
there?
you just go 2 days, but you can never course.
not consistent enough with it.
You're not
Yeah,
consistent?
2 days, and then you be gone for 2 weeks, and then you go back again and you try for 2 days, and then
Because a lot of people want to, they just can't build a consistency.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they'll go here and there, and then they stop and then go again. Yeah. So how would you, as a personal trainer, would you, I guess, advise somebody to
At least
consistency?
give it a 2 months consistency and see the way your body changes. And I feel like once you do that,
But
then
how
you
you
gonna
get to
get
that?
addicted.
How you get to the 2 months though?
man, you
That's
just
the
gotta
whole
find
point.
some self-motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because one motivation I saw that worked for me, and I remember I told him that back then, like whenever I find it hard to stay consistent, like the days I really, 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 really don't want to go to the gym, I'll go anyway, even though I know I'm not gonna work out at all, but I just know I'll win. And
Yeah.
then two, it's kind of like eventually the feeling of not wanting to go to the gym gonna go away altogether.
that makes sense.
But I think
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
And then because every habit you want to build, it takes 21 days anyway to get it.
Yeah.
So that is the 21 days is the most like crucial time. So even though you don't want to, let's say you go today 2 hours and then tomorrow 2 hours and then you want to quit and you want to stop, I think even though the third day you just show up, even though for 5 minutes,
Yeah, that's
you just come in and get in the gym and just sit down on the bench looking at the people working out and then go home. Then tomorrow do the same thing.
And it's
till
funny,
you get back.
interestingly enough, some days I went to the gym with full mentality. I'm just gonna go there to not do nothing, and I got there, started using one machine, and then get to the next, and then before I know it, it's the best workout I've had all week. Hey, you still watching, right? But that means you're enjoying it. So follow, like, share, subscribe.
All right, let's get back to the show.
As a person who works out, everybody got like a favorite workout, like this, whether it's bench press or something. You always got like a favorite workout. You tend to do more than the other workout, but two, it's kind of like it's gonna lead to your body being built more in certain area than the other because
Yeah.
you just like doing that workout so much. As a trainer, how do you approach that? Like, do you make sure your body stay balanced? Because I'm sure you've seen people at the gym too, like up top, they look good, and the legs is just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy, he can help himself. Though.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
What you say? He can't help himself?
Yeah, he's
Dude,
just like,
I think it's a condition. I don't know, because
I can't talk shit about the man because even though I'm not saying nothing because I don't know his name anyway. I don't want the man to know, like, man, I know these guys.
I know
They
you
had
talk-
to be talking about people.
Wait, you
He's just
said-
like, I think he got a big old body, but he's just like this leg.
Man.
I don't think he worked them out, but he's just the leg is
His
just
leg
skinny.
looks so small. It look like a condition. It don't even look
Ain't.
normal.
You
Like
never
it's
seen
like
that-
got
you
some
never
weird
seen that
condition.
this
Like
on-
maybe
in
they
the
might
gym?
not be able to grow or something.
It's
Yeah,
I don't wanna
a
say
regular
too-
person that be in
It's a regular
Yeah.
person, but every time you see him, you cannot just like his leg is just like
And he
it
was
bothers you when you see it.
Hey, I'm not gonna say he bothers me. Hey man, that's
Golly.
fucked. He doesn't bother me, bro.
You feel like, man, I didn't think my snap in any second.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
But so what's your opinion when you see people that's just like, yes, they work out, but for some reason it's like they just built weirdly or whatever. Like, what's your opinion on that matter?
I try to not think about it too much, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like you said, everybody, you know, build their body different, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it may be easier for you to build a big chest. It may be easier for him to build big arms. So, it's like, you know, you don't really see their work ethic, you know what I'm saying, unless you're paying attention. So, like, they may be truly working at it and it just, for whatever reason, don't grow. So, like, I try not, you know, be judgmental, you know, because at the end of the day, as long as you like how you look, that's all that matters.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I do judge. I mean, hey, I can just sit there. Hey, I'm not gonna be rude, but if I tell you I see something at the gym and inwardly I don't say something in a joke or smile in my head, that's a lie. If we're gonna keep it 100 here, let's do that.
That man is savage.
This man is a menace, bro.
Oh,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
so
yeah.
the whole thing is like, to me, I play a lot of soccer, so my leg is built up or whatever.
for
So I
sure.
got big legs, but I never work out my legs in the gym. But it's just like, you're never gonna see it because I got, you know,
Yeah.
really like soccer legs, I always say. But like, I hate doing that workout. Leg workout is not my
Sure.
thing.
Like,
And then my favorite workout is my chest.
Chest.
I work chest, and I can work chest every day. But
Every
I know it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But that's one workout. Like when I feel like it's chest day, I'm excited. If like my back or, you know, like shoulders or, you know, I'm not like as motivated. And I hate. I say I hate. I don't like working out abs, and I should. Because that would really help me, like, you know, my belly.
No shit. So,
But anyway, so that's
I could tell by your pictures, you went heavy on them abs, huh?
oh, well, no, hey, surprisingly not, bro. That's like I said,
I'm guessing
one of my
when you
least
shredded
favorite.
all that fat, all
yeah,
the abs popped
it's,
up.
It's gonna pop up, you know.
Okay.
so you got this. You had the
That
you
dude
had
had-
the with six pack.
Yeah, you got something saying. You do got a six pack just chilling underneath all the airline shit. You ain't got nothing. Mr. Hand in the
Golly. Hey, you gonna be sparing it.
I'm telling you. I mean, it's just like I don't know. I never. It's not something that I never like. I always say before I die, I'm gonna get six pack one day.
I did for once in your
For
lifetime.
once,
Like, nah, I had
I
that
think
shit.
like I think though. I don't think like. I think I need, for me to do it or be able to do it, I need trainer to do it because like even though like let's say I can start really well, and then I say I'm gonna be motivated, right? So let's say for instance like a good example last night. I say, I mean, you know what, I'm gonna try to lose 15 pounds, and I can do it. But then like you say, hey, like my friend called me and said, hey man, let's go watch the game. And they go watch the game. I say like, man, I'm not drinking, and everybody look at me like, man, come on, you're not drinking. Next thing you know, now it's just like we set me back to like losing the progress I made. And then I have to restart again. But sometimes it's just that's the problem. I need like a trainer that's like can help me work those. Okay, focus on those muscles. If you let me do it, I'm gonna work chest every other day. You know what I mean? But for me to focus on just like those muscles and part of my body to get me to the six pack, I think I can do it by myself, but I don't feel like. I don't see like that's the motivation. I really want it. But if I got somebody that's just like, yo, I'm gonna get you a six pack. Like
Just
you
follow
do,
my instruction, yeah.
yeah, you doing like I'm getting you the six pack. It's not like I want it, but you're gonna make sure like, hey, you're using me to
Yeah,
get
well,
me
I
six
guess you will never get a fucking
I
six
would
pack.
never
Man,
get a
why the hell would somebody want you to get a six pack?
But I'm just saying, if I'm paying a trainer
yeah, you
to do
paying
that, that's what
somebody,
I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm just saying, I'm paying you to make me have a six pack. But to me, like, if you let it to me, I don't feel like it's something that, oh yeah, I want it so bad. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like to me, as long as I got big arms and then my chest is popping, I'm good with that. I think that's comfortable enough for me.
But question. And now I'm gonna know if you'll keep it in 100 or not on that one. As somebody who's been working out for 10 years, and I'm sure you've seen people with bad forms at the gym. Like, what's your thought on that? Have you ever thought, should I approach him and give him some tips, or should I just leave him looking stupid?
Man, I think you kind of just gotta like feel it out. You know what I'm saying? Because like you just gotta. I feel like you gotta read somebody's vibe because you know, of course, you know, you can have certain people like who are you supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? To tell me about my form. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm doing it right. But then, like you said, if you see someone that genuinely look like they, you know, a new person in the gym, or they, you know, a beginner or whatever, then, you know, I'll probably be like, you know, hey, you know, let me show you a different way to do it. But for the most part, like, definitely when I'm not in trainer mode per se and I'm doing my own thing kind of necessarily, I really try to not pay attention too much to other people.
And you know what I'm saying? But seriously, there was a guy in the gym he's a big dude. And I was doing the workout and the most cold-blooded you can think of. He's like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Bro, I've been watching you, bro. What the fuck is this?
Oh, Lord.
and he was like, man, you now what? Because I was working.
The back of your arm?
Yeah. But when I was doing it, I was doing like this. And he's like, man, so my whole hands was moving. He was like, man, you need to
Yeah,
step it
the
up.
elbow needs to be tight.
And it's the way you said cold. And I can take that. I was laughing because to me, the way he just, I feel like not many people would take, but he was laughing the whole time. The fuck are you doing? What the fuck? I was sitting up and I'm like, what this dude is doing? And then he could tell somebody the same thing. But
he did?
Yeah, it's just like, I'm telling you, and then when I started doing what I did what he told me to do. And it worked out, but it's just funny because usually I don't see people here that do that. Like he was straight American. Usually you feel like a foreigner, they'd be like cold-blooded and tell you straight up. And he was like, he didn't give a shit. And he was telling me, man, I've been watching you like, man, what this dude is doing? What the fuck you doing? And that shit was, to me, that was...
That's like that's what you should be doing. Like him. I feel like over there everybody knows you. I feel like if you tell somebody to do something, whether they know you or not, they're just gonna look at you and be like, of course that dude know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah,
And like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But-
I mean, yeah. But then again, I mean, I guess like you said, go back to like, you know, a lot of the time, you know, when I go and it's so crazy packed, it's like, you know, you just one track, like, man, I'm just trying to get in and get out, you know what I'm saying? So you like, you don't necessarily, but like, you know what I'm saying? If it's something in my face, you know what I'm saying? Then I might be like, hey, man, do it, you know, this way, you know what I'm saying? But,
It was the best and said, man, why are you telling me for? How you handle that? If somebody I didn't
hey, I
ask
might just be like, oh, you got it, and just walk off.
who the fuck you supposed to be, dog. I'm a trainer. That's what I am. So what, dude?
Okay. Hey, I probably have a moment like him, probably say something slick and then just like go about my business.
Well, exactly, man. Shit, ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah.
But I think it's good. Like sometimes I see people doing some crazy stuff. To be honest, me personally, like if I'm like when I'm doing a workout and I see somebody do a workout the first time I never seen it, I'm watching it the whole time, and then next time if I'm working that part, I'll work on that workout.
But you know what's funny? There's levels to it. Like, cause thing is, when you're at the gym, you can still learn. Especially, you could be in there for 10 years. Here, this guy been there for 20 years. You could be started going for a few months. This guy been doing it for a few years. Which one you can always learn. We're always paying attention to people doing something. Sometimes, like you're saying, you'll see somebody doing something, you'll pay attention. You're like, oh, and try it, and you're like, oh my God. You know, you fix your form, your little technique. You know, one tiny little movement can make a big difference. But at the same time, sometimes you see some people using an equipment too where it's nothing special about that. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. Because I've seen a dude, you know that little machine when you sit there like for women, then you force it open?
Yeah.
I've seen this dude who sat there. I'm talking like, dude got his knee and put his elbow and doing this. And opening. Like, that's nothing special. Like, sometimes you know that other guy, you can tell he's doing something weird, but you can tell, okay, yeah, like, you look at him, clearly he knows something. But that dude, he didn't know nothing. Like, he just sat there and he put his arm on there, and like, his face was damn near on that seat, and he was like,
man, I mean, the dude you're talking about too, his workout is weird. The other dude, he's just like,
we spoke about them.
The last time, but he's kind of like, he'll grab the thing and he just do like this.
Like, he do tiny movement. Everything he works out, he do tiny movement with him.
But when you look at his body, though, he's in shape. He's in
Wait. I think I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but
He
he
goes to
never-
a hat?
Yeah, he wear a
Like
hat.
he a bodybuilder?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he never do nothing. Like I'm looking at him
Like,
sometimes,
he
like,
he's
he
always
don't
making
do nothing.
small movements with
Small
everything he does.
movements.
Yeah, I know
But he's
exactly.
just like, but when you're looking at his body, he's just like, well, what the fuck? Because I'm why he like doing
going
it.
hard.
He look like he on steroids?
Yeah. I think at one point he was
Like, he was
slim.
slim, and then I don't know where, like a month, and he just blew up. And
I
then
don't
he
know.
shrimp back to us. And I remember my brother pointed out to him. My brother was like, okay, that dude got huge in a month. And he was like, oh, damn. To where, like, he got big quick.
So
But he was
what's-
like,
what's-
oh, in shape, though.
Yeah,
But
what's your how would you say? What's your thing on steroid?
I feel like if a person they using it for bodybuilding purposes, like actually like compete, then I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing because I mean, you know,
It helps
to be
you, I guess,
to be
yeah.
super competitive, they have no choice but to, you know, if they want to compete against the best of the best. But I think for people that just use it for recreational reasons, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I just want to get swole. All right, man, I just want to get in shape. I feel like, man, why would you take that chance, on your body, you know what I'm saying, of, dealing with possible health issues if you're not, you don't have necessarily a goal that you're doing it for. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they got plenty of people. That's why they're doing it. Just
But I mean, like,
just big.
I think steroid is not like it's not banned from competition.
Well, they have natural competition, but they also have like regular, and then like the professionals. You know what I'm saying? They don't joke it.
But that was just a thing I seen. Like I said, like if they can ban steroid in competition, and then like what's the thing for women, the Miss Universe?
Yeah,
they should ban makeup.
So they should ban makeup.
I'm just saying because that's like it's not true though. Because if you because you do steroids is just to give you an advantage, and then when you do makeup, just like this is not your actual beauty. Is that make sense?
I mean, you got a point where it's just
I'm
like
just saying, bro. I mean, it's the same
it's just
thing.
certain can of worm you just don't open.
I'm just saying. I think it's a fair point. Like,
Hey,
it's just
got
like
a point
because
though.
this
Hey,
is
I'll do
like
that.
because if you're gonna do like Miss Universe or just for beauty, putting makeup on is not beauty. I'm sorry, ladies, but I'm just saying. I think like it's the same thing as a
I mean, that's messed up as it sounds. He does have a point.
as a steroid. It's just like this steroid just give you an advantage from somebody else. So if this is not your natural beauty, so that means it's not your natural form. Like when that's what you take steroid.
Yeah, like I said, you got it. Well, you do have a solid point, but
Yeah,
it's just
so
like
that's
that can
what
of worm is kind of like
Yeah.
once you open it, like worrying, like what the fuck you mean?
But I will say, it is different in the sense that in makeup, you just put the makeup on. But like people that actually like, take it to that level and do steroids, they still got to put in the work.
Yeah, I'm saying, you got to think about it. Yeah, the steroid, you still got to put in work.
Yeah, but
Makeup,
they
you-
still got the makeup. They still take 2-3 hours to make it happen. It still work.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying, both things. I think he was a fair point. I think
Yeah,
he was
for sure though. It definitely give you an advantage. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the guys are on. I never take it. I don't know what it is, and that's something like I don't know. But some guys like they really, I guess, wanna really be big. So you just, but I don't think you got a lot of downsides.
Oh yeah,
taking
it
steroids.
definitely, and everybody body's different. So some people.
And
might
one
take
thing
it.
I've ever heard, I heard they shrink your
testicles.
testicles. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that.
That's what I heard too.
And also, I heard it somehow somebody mess with your sexual performance. It's either you can get something, I don't know.
I don't know.
So-
you hear different theories all the
But
time.
to me,
So, but again, too, when you was 245, I know there's a lot of people that thinking that
Or
you was on
assume that you was
steroids.
steroids.
Oh yeah.
Was
did
you
that
on
even bother you?
was you on steroid?
Nah.
So anybody that's watching, the men never been on steroid.
I mean, we qualified. That's where there ain't no point even asking.
But I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people that also then seen where I came from too, and seen like it wasn't like a one day he 180, next day he 220. It was like slow.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, for the person that hadn't seen where the starting point was, they just gonna be like, man, that dude huge.
Huge,
Man,
yeah.
He gotta be taking something. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah,
But
but
yeah.
we know you for a long time because I
Yeah.
remember like we didn't even talk to you, but it was like, man, at some point like me and him, you'd be like, man, we be hating on you so bad. I ain't gonna fucking lie. We'd be like, man, this motherfucker been doing this shit. Like, why you trying to go to the Olympics and
Yeah,
shit?
man.
What the
Hey,
fuck are
dude,
you
like, when I see them, do that, I'm like, man, y'all done win, bro. Y'all done succeed, man. Y'all challenge, like, y'all done, like, check this. Like,
Yeah,
move
what
on.
the-
Find a new hobby.
So with that being said, so do y'all feel like y'all feel that way about guys that y'all see in the gym that either look like they on steroids or they're in such good shape? You like, damn, man.
Yeah, I do. I'm not saying, if you being, that's something. When I see them guys that look like that perfect tip-top shape, I'm like, damn, dude, go home.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, I remember like that. Not this Cup for gym, the other gym. There was a guy that showed up in there. This motherfucker put the gym upside down. I'm talking about like, I even though like I was hating, I still talked to him. I was like, hey man, you know how you get to this body and shit like this. He said like 15 years. I was like, God damn.
And he was
But
so-
he's just like, everybody was talking to him. I'm talking about everybody was like, because he was like, he had I mean, you can see every muscle in his body.
You know, there's this weird conception I guess I had in my mind as a young man too. It's kind of like I wanted to work. I didn't get the perfect body because I'm assuming I was gonna get women. And then as you started working out and you get somebody say getting that body or whatever, and then you start to realize these men congratulating you on that body, and women ain't saying shit. And you're like,
hey, definitely. I see that all the time.
yeah,
Yeah. But the thing about like working out and somebody that work out among men's, you just like get a level of respect because this thing could take a long.
It takes discipline. Like
Take
whenever
discipline,
you see it, you know it takes
dedication.
hard work and discipline.
You
to
know what I
achieve
mean?
what
So
that
that's
man
when like
achieved, yeah.
when you seen that, you gotta applaud somebody like this. Anybody they can do that, like they can stay consistent. You know, there's somebody you can trust either on business or
Like you already
like,
know that man got hard work in his life.
Yes, you know
Like,
what I mean.
so which
That's a detriment to hard work in a sense to showing. It's just like the same thing, like going to school. I mean, I think even the concept was like when you go to a college, they don't really want you to learn shit. They just want to know if you can maintain a 4-year college and do everything you're supposed to do. Then that's
like
what
show
like,
up to school, do your homework, turn on your assignment on time, like stuff like that. Because if you think about it, 90% of, at least for me, 90% of shit I've learned in school, I ain't doing shit with none of that stuff. It's just dumb stuff. Even on the career that I got right now, I went to school for that thing. And if I'm being honest, I can't think of something that I'm currently doing right now. So I'm like, oh, guess what? I remember they taught us that at school.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it'd be like, did you use the psychology they teach you at school?
No. And you remember one time I remember that shit vivid. I remember one time I was just sitting there chilling. I remember I saw something I've learned in school. It's called an expansion loop. Like whenever like they got the long steam lines, they gotta make them do a curve for expansion. Yeah. And I remember I saw that. I told that dude, man, you know what this called? Why they got this in the pipe? That dude says, I don't know. I said, it's called an expansion loop. He said, okay. I'm like, well, that's the first time I learned this shit in school and I got to fucking use it. That's crazy.
But let's go back to the training thing. So is it like, how do you price out everybody the same, or is it like price for different people?
Oh yeah, it's all priced the same. You know, it's just based on how many days a week, and then also too, if they're requesting like a one-on-one session, it's gonna cost more. Or if they're open to the group session, then that's a set price.
All right, so let's just say for the sake, most people knows you, but for the sake of people, if they looking at this podcast right now and they be like, okay, I want to reach out to this guy. It seems like a great trainer or whatever. How can they actually get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me on Facebook, Jeffrey Jackson, or also on Instagram, Big Jack Fit. So that's BIGJACKFIT.
So basically, they can just DM you, and then from there on out, you can just set it up.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think like, you know, I know it's the second time we did it. The first time, the whole thing was messed up, but this time we got a chance to do it again. And it's always good to have a conversation, like, you know, somebody you know. I know we've been trying to do this for a long time. We finally do it.
I'm not gonna lie, because this podcast had like this weird vibe to it. Because a lot of time we're trying to keep it professional. We start where you from and like we build up. But with this, I guess the fact that
it's like a more friendly.
Yeah, to us kind of like, let's be about
you know,
this.
I think it's making more like, because people will sit down and because we work out, you work out, and then you a trainer, so you can ask like little question here and there for people that just, hey, if you want to start, this is what you need to start. Listen to it from somebody that know what he's
this
talking
guy
about.
right there, Jeffrey Jackson. Reach out to him. Clearly, he knows what he's doing, and then there might be some tips or something. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you wanna start your workout, I know right now the last one he was 245, but this time he got down to 195.
Yeah, man. Last time we had to fucking like put baby oil in that chest to start that dude in.
What was the date the last time we did it? Huh? What was the date the last time we did it?
Man, that was
like 3 months ago. That wasn't that long ago, though.
It was longer than that, huh?
No, I want to say about 3 months, because you had already started training for the competition.
Yeah,
because you told us that. But you were still huge as shit.
Nah. Yeah, I had to remove the door from my front door to get the man in, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it came back all over. Yeah, and you know, and he's right though. Like, whenever you're next to a big dude, there's that. At least as a man. At least for me, whenever I walk in the room, I always be like, okay, if this shit goes south, if some dude start talking shit, which one I can take?
Yeah,
or
it's
some
every
shit,
man.
right? Every man does it. Okay, this dude start talking, okay, which one do I need to be like, I don't want that smoke, this dude I can't take him. But with you, when people see it, I'm like, oh no, I don't want nothing with that dude. You get what I'm saying? But even though you could be the friendliest dude ever, it's just like, man, if he gets mad or if I get mad, just for the sake of avoiding the situation altogether, let me just stay the hell away from these dudes. But with you, I guess, being slimmer, you more
you
like...
don't feel intimidated no more.
It's like, there's a less intimidation with. Because when you're huge, but it's kind of like, you just feel like you might just whoop somebody's ass at 80 minutes. It's like, man, if that dude get mad, man, say, you know. Because I work with a guy that's an ex-football player. Like, I'm talking about like Gene told us here. Like, that dude is like 6'3", 260, pure muscle.
All muscle?
All muscle. And the thing is, gentle when he speaks. But even though he's so gentle like that, when I'm talking to him, I'm always on ease. It's kind of like, if that dude get angry, I won't stand a chance.
Yeah. I got a guy where I work with. He's look like a fucking giant. But he does like lifting. Powerlifting and stuff. I think he was like, even show me. I think he either number 65 or some shit, or 265. I don't remember. But he got his name on those big competition and stuff. Thanks. But yeah, if this dude can't eat though, I mean, like crazy. I think I see him eat 70 sushi, and then rice, and I'm telling you,
He fat?
no, that's the crazy part. He's not. He's just like, whenever time I see him right here, every time I'm like, I'm sitting there, I say, there is no way. I mean, why? I mean, I said, man, I think you're gonna hide it. He said, man, I just spent my money on it. Why would I hide it? I'm about to eat everything. He eats 70 sushi
Jesus Christ.
and rice and a big old bowl of rice. That's
Right,
crazy.
some people
bro.
can't eat it,
I was just
especially-
like,
and-
man,
and
he work out too. I think he lift like 415 or 420 or something like that. Oh yeah, he's as that the guy. I think he was in WWE. He's played movies now.
Talking about Batista?
The Batista. That's how he look like.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the
somebody-
uniform, like when he got the uniform on, he doesn't look like it. He looks slim when he got the
Yeah.
uniform on. But when he's like in regular clothes, he's like, God damn. But I'm trying to get him in the podcast too because I'm trying to get him in the podcast. And he used to be a cop and everything, so
Okay.
it'd be legit.
So I guess we're
Anything
wrap
else
this-
you wanna, you know what I'm saying?
Just say-
Anything else you wanna add, like, you know?
Anything
you
else
wanna
like
tell
you wanted to talk about we didn't get the chance to ask you? Not really.
Not I can't think of it right now.
Right. I mean, like I said, it was just a conversation at the end
Yeah.
of the day, so it wasn't really like an interview.
Yeah.
So, hey, like, follow, share, and subscribe. And as always,
The next one.
next one.
The next.
Thank
all
you,
right,
man.
Third.
That's a good
Good
one.
job.
Yeah.
But this one was like, this one felt like it was different. This one like
Oh, yeah,
so much
for
like
sure.
conversation compared to like.